Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is my first entry on my own YouTube channel, a little blog thing. And the way I work is that if I finally get into a piece of technology, you can almost be certain that within the next month, everyone will stop using YouTube altogether and it will crash. So that's just how it goes with me. But better late than never, right? So welcome to the channel. And my idea was just spend a little time adding stuff as we kind of went along, and maybe sharing some of the tour time I'm going to be doing this year, because I'm going to be doing an awful lot. In fact, I'm leaving tomorrow morning to go to the UK to join my dear friend Dan Reed for our second year of doing the Snake Oil and Harmony tour there, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's just Dan and I together on stage, playing each other's songs, singing together, singing separately, telling stories, and just having a great time. And it's people have really kind of linked up to it. They really connect with what we're doing. So I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot going on with Tyketto. This is the 25th anniversary of the first album, Don't Come Easy. We've done a little bit of that. Come November, December, we're going to do about a 3-week tour, UK and Europe, where we'll be playing the entire album, as well as some other stuff, because Tyketto's got a brand new album coming out at the end of the year. What else? The Ultimate Eagles are touring all over the place, UK and Holland and things like that, and continuing to work very well. So it's busy time, and I'm very, very lucky and grateful for that. So as far as doing the blogs and kind of keeping up with things, I've just had different ideas, and somebody had written in and suggested that maybe I talk about some of the gear that I use. So for our first edition anyway, I'm still at home. This is my little rec room studio where I do my writing and little bits of recording. And I thought I'd introduce you to a very, very dear old friend of mine. She's a beautiful girl, and there you can get a good shot of the name. Madeira is the name of the guitar. It's a 12-string acoustic that I bought when I was 16 years old, having spent the entire summer working at a Furrier's on 28th Street in Manhattan. And it's been with me all this time. If you were fans of Tyketto from the very beginning, you would have seen me play this guitar at L'Amour before it was officially taken off the road. It's got some road dings and bangs in it. It's a dreadnought body. But it has never needed a neck adjustment. As I said, I've had it since 1977. I played it quite a bit in my my first really hard-working cover band, which was Allied Forces in Rockland County, and that was kind of one of the things that made us unique, was that I was able to stand up there with a 12-string and do some stuff. And I wanted to introduce her to you, particularly if you're a Tyketto fan, because, as I said, this is a subsidiary of a guild. They didn't make them for very long. They were fairly inexpensive compared to the normal price guilds. But it's a 12-string, and therefore it sounds like that. And the first time I ever heard a 12-string guitar, I didn't even know such things existed. And I was on a school trip from my school, Rudolf Steiner, and a guy just, as you do, sitting around a campfire, guitars come out. And I'd never heard such a sound, and I've been really kind of addicted to them ever since. They're just fantastic instruments. And I've written so many songs on this particular one. My friends know this guitar. This guitar has a bit of magic in it, and I wanted to bring it out because quite a bit of Don't Come Easy was written on this guitar. Seasons was written on it. Sail Away was written on it. Standing Alone was written on it. Wings was written on it. Several others, and going on to the second album, Strength in Numbers, as well. You had stuff like End of the Summer Days. It just suits me. It's actually got a much narrower neck than most 12 strings, which are quite hefty. This one is very, very tight, which is good because I have small hands. And I like to play ringing open chords. I'm not the cleverest of guitar players, and there are certain things, if I like them, I just keep going back to those things. So for instance, if you're doing something like a barred A chord, which would normally be straight across, and your B and E string will be there. I like to take it off and have the B and the E string ring. There's something about that that attracts my ear. And then, of course, you can slide that around. And that's how I started writing stuff. The Sail Away in beginning. It's all that, and you can just hear that rings all the way through. Those songs were also recorded with this guitar. It doesn't leave the house much anymore. As I said, she's an old girl, and she's doing wonderfully. So I figured where I'd start and introduce you. This is such an important piece of Tyketo's history. There's even a bit of film footage of me playing it in the DVD, if you've seen that, which I was really happy because I didn't know that anyone had recorded that. So with that in mind, I will say thank you guys very much for joining me. I will start sending more blogs from the trip as we go along with Snake Oil, and we'll see how it all goes. In the meantime, I'll leave you with probably the most famous of the songs this guitar has written. Thanks very much, everyone. I will see you in the UK. Take care. Be good to each other.